What's going on, guys? Welcome back to LOI Fan TV. I hope you're all keeping very, very well. Of course, we saw the breaking news today. When this comes out, it'll probably be tomorrow. But Stephen O'Donnell has, of course, been relieved of his duties by Dundalk. Now, maybe you could say it was a little bit inevitable. It was coming. Obviously, 3 points from 8 games so far this season is hardly a promising sign. Here to break it all down with me is Luke Jennings, as always. Luke, how are you, mate?
Oh, good, Ross. Good to be back on. Yeah, mad news today, I have to say. I was really unexpected. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, yeah. Before we jump into this, guys, if you do want to enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it down below and please do subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. But yeah, as I said, Stephen O'Donnell has lost his job. Dundalk, of course, are in 10th place and they're in a really, really bad spot at the moment. And the 4-1 loss to Derry on Friday night was kind of the final straw for him. Dundalk obviously waited to kind of the quarter stage of the season. Obviously, we've kind of had one round of fixtures so far. What were your kind of initial thoughts, Luke, on the sacking? Did you think it was kind of had to be done
To be
nearly?
honest, yeah, I don't agree with it at all.
Mm.
I really don't agree with it at all. Like he's done so much for that club. The leap of faith he did leaving Pats, getting them to Europe in his first season. Obviously, last season wasn't ideal. But they still kind of finished mid-table with the budget that they have, and they lost the bulk of their first team. Kind of kept a few like your Horgans and your Bensons and your Boyles, but still like kind of over the hill players and
Yeah.
really invested in the wrong areas. Really poor recruitment, and yeah, like if there was somebody lined up, it would kind of make a bit more sense. But for me, it doesn't make. It's almost like they fired the gun and they haven't thought about what the repercussions are going to be. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of summarize just to kind of summarize Dundalk over the last while because it's crazy because I was just looking having a look at some like just thinking back to kind of the successful times in their period of history recently and like we've kind of come accustomed to them being this big club and I think in terms of European coefficients and stuff they're like the biggest European side from Ireland like they've had some massive achievements. I think they're only Irish side to have qualified for the Europa League group stage twice. Obviously, I think they're only side to have ever actually picked up points in a win in a Europa League group stage as well. Obviously, it wasn't too long ago they were playing the football, a competitive game at the Emirates Stadium. So the downfall from them has been crazy. I suppose we kind of saw something similar with Cork, maybe. Obviously, kind of had the Sean Maguire era when they were going toe to toe with Dundalk for the league title, and then obviously they're now found themselves in the first division. And Dundalk, if they're not careful, it certainly looks that way that they could be right down in the first division next season. Yeah, just the downfall from them has been crazy. And it's kind of felt like a turbulent place, even when Gia Vignoli, I think he won the FEI Cup and he won. He obviously got them to the Europa League group stage, but it still felt a little bit like turbulent or something. It never felt like the most stable place in the world. Obviously, there's been kind of off-field issues. There's been a lot of chopping and changing behind the scenes. So it just seems like a bit of a mess, and now it's kind of coming to fruition, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. Like even looking at Dundalk this season, like they've only scored 3 goals all season in 8 games. Like
Yeah,
that's the lowest in the league behind Galway. But Galway have only conceded 6 goals, whereas Dundalk have conceded the most again with 15 goals.
yeah,
Which is three more than Drogheda, who were second worst. But like, yeah, scoring the least amount of goals, conceding the most. As I said, 3 points, the worst goal difference in the league after 8 games. It's just not looking good at all. Like as we've touched on it before, like O'Donnell kind of is capable of a much better standing in the league. Like he's highly qualified as a manager. Like and he shouldn't be down there. And kind of with him going out, that's almost like the final straw. The final kind of the final. Yeah, just the best piece of the club is gone now. I think, and it's just it's you'd almost put all your money on Dundalk going down. It's
yeah.
that I feel.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because it's kind of like to play devil's advocate, I guess, because I do think O'Donnell is a good manager, but sometimes it's like situations that he's in, maybe doesn't have the experience for relegation battle, maybe because we've seen him, we've kind of become accustomed to him. He obviously spent a bit of time at Patsy, had a successful spell there, got him into Europe and won an FAI Cup, and that can't be undermined at all. It's a great achievement. And like he kind of took a big leap of faith to go to join Dundalk. I think at Pats, I think he probably regrets the move because at Pats he had a good setup there, good budget behind them, good players. Was kind of really building something and developing something. It kind of felt like, and he was loved by the fans, and that's why it left such a sour taste in the mouth of St. Pat's fans when he did leave. And obviously took kind of Robbie Benson and John Mountney, I think one or two others with him as well. So certainly a bad taste in the mouth. But it just seems like it's just been a bit of a disaster for him, and you feel bad for him because he probably went there with a long term ambition, and whether that's been matched or not, probably hasn't been. And the position he finds himself in now, like I know we probably don't agree with the sacking, but I think just with the situation they're in, is it worth it for Dundalk to kind of like, it doesn't look like it's turning it around under O'Donnell? Is it worth taking a punt and seeing if something else will turn around? Like I know kind of Bowes might be regretting maybe getting rid of Long a few years ago. Maybe it's a similar situation to that where kind of long term O'Donnell comes back into a club and he's back fighting at the other end of the league and Dundalk are in the first division or whatever. Because I do think O'Donnell will be like one of the names that will be on the list of any other Premier Division side that loses the manager over the course of the season. He'll be right up there in contention to get the job. So yeah, I think for me, it's an interesting one. Is it worth a punt for Dundalk? Do you think if we don't do this now, we're gonna go down? So it's worth a stab. It's hard to know because who was out there?
There's no one really out there. Like obviously, if you're Liam Buckley's and you're like kind of maybe people that have been in the game previously, like your John Gills, your Pete Mattins, who are kind of a bit like have been
A
out of the
bit
game
prepped.
for a while. There isn't really anyone kind of jumping off the page. Like I don't know who else is there. Like obviously you know Liam Burns coming in there, and with Brian Gartland, which is a bit of a kind of a mad management team. Like obviously like Liam Burns is kind of his first gig in management, illustrious career over in England in the lower leagues, and then he came back, played for Dundalk under two spells briefly. And you just kind of wonder what the plan is now because obviously, like devil's advocate, like O'Donnell kind of did almost force himself out in the sense of comments after the game 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago, like it was very kind of outlandish. Now we spoke about the board, and fair enough, he has a point, but if you want to stay in a job, you don't come out and say those things.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not just the club's fault here. Like it takes two to tango.
He might be
Obviously,
relieved that he's gone. To be
yeah.
honest, like
Oh, 100%. Because
yeah,
as you said, like if then the first job that becomes available in the league, he's going to be the favorite. So
yeah,
like he days, he take a few months off and just sit and wait. So yeah,
yeah. You'd
interesting
wonder
time.
if this happened a little bit earlier, would Bowes maybe have gone from over an Alan Reynolds or something? Maybe not, because Reynolds maybe is more of kind of steady the ship type manager. But it's interesting like what they've gone for that younger coach that's kind of proved it at Pats a little bit as well and stuff.
It would have made sense. But obviously, Fennon
Mm.
has the link with Reynolds, but
That yeah,
like
yeah.
O'Donnell is a good manager and he's very well regarded like across the league. So it would have been
Mm.
the standout candidate. I think that if Bowes wouldn't have gone for O'Donnell and he was available, it would have been a bit of outrage. So yeah, it's just kind of the timing the timing's very strange. Like obviously, as you said, like you play 2/3 of the games before Europe. So if you're going to make a change now, but you'd want to have a plan if you're going to make a change. And do Dundalk have a plan? We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen any kind of names touted around just yet. You'd imagine it might be similar-ish to the lot kind of shortlist that Bohemians had. You'd imagine. Someone that I don't think he's incredibly liked around the league or that kind of thing. But obviously, we saw Vinny Pert win the league with Dundalk, like, and he's obviously not in a job at the moment. I wonder if even for till the end of the season, could he come back in and get them going? Obviously, I think he might. Top of my head, I think he worked with Benson maybe. I think he was there under Kenny as a coach potentially. So he might have worked with your Horgans and your Boyles, and so maybe he can come in and get a tune out of them. It's hard to know that.
Yeah, and obviously another person part of that coaching staff, Shane Keegan, who done wonders with Cove last season. He's
Yeah,
not in the
of
job either.
course.
So, like, you kind of look, Giovanni, is he in a job? Or Filippo, what do you call him?
Yeah.
We're getting the gang back together.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? I wouldn't be surprised if they went for like a left field appointment like that. Though, just someone mad coming in from Europe or something like it. I don't know if it. Yeah, they probably do need to get like an Alan Reynolds would have been maybe a good appointment to come in and could try and get it. I wonder even if you could try and convince Ollie Organ to get out of Galway as assistants and come to you if you throw a few ball at him or something. Like, there's not many up.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? Like,
I wonder what the arrangement is with Ollie Horgan because obviously, like, he's a maths teacher by trade. So, like, I thought he was
is
doing
he?
all the
Yeah,
Donegal. Obviously, down in Cork, sorry, down in Galway now. So,
yeah. I didn't know
where
that
is he
actually.
doing that? So, like, yeah, he's a maths teacher, and he was doing that alongside of Finn Harp's job. So, I wonder, like, obviously Dundalk and like obviously still a bit of a distance, but yeah, that's another name you could put in the hat. Like to be honest, as you said, like Vinny Pert's a very good shout because obviously he's won the league. He's been out of a job for a while now. Kind of
Yeah.
has kept his face around the media, well regarded. It
Hmm.
has a lot of insight in the game. Has experienced a lot, as you said, was a part of the 2016 Dundalk success in Europe. Yeah, yeah, it would kind of make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Like even like I know I remember Richard Dunn, I think threw his hat in the ring for the Bows job a while ago. Do you know, someone like that could pop up or
Like,
something and just I'd be looking to get in
yeah,
like because he's even looking at Duffer and seeing what he's done. Maybe you think
yeah.
he can come in and do similar.
It,
Like,
it seems to be like a team now in the league. These younger managers, like obviously John Daly coming in, no real managerial experience, was the assistant. to
Yeah,
Clancy, and then you have Bradley who came in, and Duffer, and like even Ian Morris when he came in initially as well. Like
yeah,
that's another name you could throw into the hat.
yeah, possibly, yeah.
But yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if even Liam Burns now coming in, just see how he gets on, give him a few weeks, see what he can do, and him and Brian Gartland, you never know, you just
Yeah.
don't. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll kind of see that kind of because obviously when Devine got sacked and Derek Pender came in for the Derry game and we saw Bow was going to win that kind of like with a makeshift management team in place. So it'd be interesting to see if Dundalk can have some sort of new manager bounce. They're kind of counting on it. They bloody well need it. Like so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the next couple of weeks pan out for Dundalk. But yeah, if you're a Dundalk fan and you're watching, let us know down in the comments below what you thought of the sacking and who do you want to see come in to replace Stephen O'Donnell. Last word on it, Luke. Do the Docs stay up this season?
No, they're
No,
gone.
they're gone. I think I agree. I think I agree. Well, there you have it, guys. Our thoughts on the Dundalk situation at the moment. A very, very troubled situation at Oriel Park. But yeah, as I said, make sure to drop a like in the video down below if you did enjoy. And please do subscribe if you are new. It is much, much appreciated. See you in a bit.